Greetings, Naked News Guy here, and today I want to talk about my 28th political position, which is on arbitration for workers. Many employers now require that when someone works for them, they agree to arbitration if there happens to be a situation where the person gets fired usually, and they contest their firing. Arbitration is a way for the employer to ensure that they can't get a proper lawsuit filed against them. Arbitration needs to be abolished. We have a court system for a reason in this country, and while it has its problems, it is a lot more fair than having a private arbiter come in and make a determination. This is basically giving the right to trial by judge, except that the person is not an actual judge. That's scary. This should not exist. Now, what we need in place of this is what I would call workers' courts or employment courts. Basically, just as we separate the family court system from the major or main court system, we need to separate these cases for workers, employers, when there's a dispute over a contract violation. As I've already stated, I believe all workers should be under contract. And that is the only way to ensure their rights are understood, and also that the duties of the job are understood. Look, I am pro-worker, but I also realize that there are people that are just worthless employees no matter what you do. And so an employer should have the right to fire somebody if they violate the contract, just like the worker should have the right to sue the employer if they violate their contract. But this should be done in a separate court system called an employer's court, an employee's court, or workers' court, something along those lines. Not by private arbiters and not clogging up the main court system. You know, our laws have gotten so complicated in this country that it's very hard for even the best attorney to understand all the laws in this country. That's why we have civil lawsuit attorneys, personal injury attorneys, we have criminal defense attorneys. We even subspecialize past that. We have some criminal defense attorneys who focus on things like traffic tickets. We have others that focus on things like major criminal cases. We have corporate attorneys. We have tax attorneys. So yes, we need to separate out these courts for when employment contracts are violated, and this should be ruled over by a judge. Pure and simple. Again, I am pro-worker, but I do also realize that some people are just worthless employees. That is a reality of life. And a contract system is the fairest way to ensure everybody gets what they come to the job for, and it's also the fairest way to ensure people's rights are respected. Naked News Guy here. Like and subscribe for more content.